randomly such that you will be able to answer the questions that are being done in the previous class. Okay, so see to it that you attend the classes regularly. Okay, so in today's topic, what we are going to discuss is the important topic called as periodic signal. Okay, sorry, periodic and non-periodic signal. I think we had done it, periodic and non-periodic. Okay, periodic and non-periodic signal. Okay, once you can say that the signal x of t, it is a continuous signal here, continuous time signal. Next, what you can say that when it is periodic, so you will be having a fundamental period called as t. So once you say that x of t plus t equals x of t for all values of t, okay, so the value of t, it might be from minus infinity to plus infinity. So what I can write it here, I'm expressing it as mathematical function for a continuous time signal. It is x of t plus t equals x of t for all the values of t that are being listed. So you can say that it is a periodic function. Okay, so once you say that it is a periodic function, so it says that, so for each cycle you will be having a periodic nature of certain signals being repeated at that instant of time. So sine function, cosine function, we can say that even though you are having a phase angle difference, you are calling it to be a periodic function. Okay, so any signal that does not have the periodicity, you will be having the non-periodic nature of it. So you can mute yourself, Bhaskar. You can mute yourself. Okay, so next one, x of t plus t. I was repeating that. So for all values of t, you can say that the continuous signal x of t is said to be a periodic signal. So this is said to be a periodic signal. Okay, so this signal is said to be a periodic signal. Okay, so next one, what you can generally say here is you will be having the signal, say sine function, cosine function. Okay, so such trigonometric functions you can generally name under the periodic function. Okay, even though if you are having the slight phase difference, so for example you may have a function like this, like a sine of omega t plus 5, okay, or a cos of omega t plus or minus 5, that is there plus or minus 5. You can say that this function is said to be a periodic in nature. Okay, so this function is said to be periodic in nature. Okay, so any signal which doesn't have a fundamental period or which is not periodic, you can call such signals to be non-periodic, or you can say that it is aperiodic function. Okay, so it is said to be a aperiodic. So aperiodic is a function. So it is a one single word here. Okay, yes, so it is one single word. So it is aperiodic. Okay, so this is said to be aperiodic function. Okay, so that is what you can get it from periodic and non-periodic nature of any signal. Okay, so now I want to talk about the fundamental period here. So the fundamental period, okay, so you would have come across the fundamental frequency. In the same manner, you will be having the fundamental period here. Okay, the period generally refers to time. So that is nothing but t naught. What you can express t naught as, t naught will be equal to 1 divided by f naught. So that is nothing but the fundamental period. That is nothing but the fundamental period. Okay, so that is nothing but the fundamental period. So f naught here refers to fundamental frequency. So f naught refers to fundamental frequency. Okay, so this is what you mean by fundamental frequency there. So how you can express the angular fundamental frequency? You can express it as 2 pi f naught, and what you can generally say f naught, that would be equal to omega naught divided by 2 pi. Okay, so this is in hertz. So this is in hertz. Okay, so fundamental period. So here it has been referred to as the frequency, which is mentioned in hertz. So this is also expressed in hertz. That is the fundamental frequency. This one here represents the radians per second. Okay, so this one represents here as radians per second. Okay, so this is here omega naught represents the radians per second here. Okay, so moving on, the fundamental frequency, what you can generally say here, if x of n is a discrete signal, x of n is a discrete signal. Okay, x of n is a discrete signal. What you can generally see here is x of n plus n. Okay, x of n plus n, if it is equal to x of n for all values of n, for all values of n, small n. So n might be ranging again from minus infinity to plus infinity. n ranging from minus infinity to plus infinity. You can call that function to be the, or you can call that one to be the periodic nature of it. You can call that one to be the periodic nature once it comes to the discrete time signal. Okay, so discrete signal, generally discrete time signal, you can call such x of n is said to be periodic. Okay, in other cases it is aperiodic. So it is periodic function or periodic signal function. Periodic function, once you express it in terms of function, you can call that to be the function, or you can say that to be the periodic signal there. Okay, so in other cases it is non-periodic. It is non-periodic. Okay, so in other cases it is non-periodic. Okay, so what you can say here is you will be having omega. Okay, omega to be the expression for the discrete frequency. In terms of filter, if you want to talk, you will be having the discrete nature of certain filters to be followed. So you will be having low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter, band stop filter. In such cases, you will be calling this as the radians frequency. That is the radians per second frequency, or you can call this to be the angular frequency here for a discrete signal. Angular frequency representation, angular frequency representation for a discrete signal. For a discrete signal. Okay, so I repeat, it is the angular frequency representation for a discrete signal. Omega naught, that would be equal to 2 pi n naught. Okay, so 2 pi n naught. Okay, so where omega naught divided by 2 pi, so that would be equal to n naught there, which is the fundamental period of a discrete signal. So fundamental period of a discrete signal, fundamental period of a discrete time signal. Okay, fundamental period of a discrete time signal. So omega divided by 2 pi, that would be equal to n naught. So you can call such signals to be equal to a periodic discrete signal. Periodic discrete time signal. Periodic discrete time signal. Periodic discrete time signal there. Okay, so now you will be having certain integers. Okay, so in multiples of the time period. So any multiples of the fundamental period, say I'll be having m as the positive integer here, so which is a non-zero value. Okay, positive integer. Okay, so I can say this one to be equal to x of t. For example, m might range from 1, 2, 3 and so on. So this is said to be the positive integer value which is there. Next, what you can see, n, small n. So this one was for a continuous time signal and this one for a discrete time signal. Continuous, and I can say this one to be the discrete time signal. So next, x n plus n, I can say this one to be small k here. So just to represent any such integer value, positive integer again, so you will be having x of n. So I repeat, it is a positive integer of n that is there. So I can say this one to be the value, which you can generally say to be again a periodic once you have the multiples of the period, the fundamental period. So that is the multiples of the fundamental period that is there. Okay, so that is the multiples of the fundamental period. That is the multiples of the fundamental period there. Okay, so that was the discussion what we had for the periodic signal and the aperiodic or the non-periodic signal there. Okay, so now let me formulate a simple example where I can generally say whether it is a periodic or a non-periodic function. So how the question would be there in the examination perspective. If I want to see a signal, say x1 of t, so that is equal to cos of t plus pi by 4. So let it be any such value, pi by 3, pi by 4, cosine, sine. So what do I need to do? I need to determine whether the given signal, whether the given signal is periodic or not. Given signal is periodic or not. Okay, if it is periodic, okay, if it is periodic, what is its fundamental frequency? I mean, sorry, fundamental frequency or fundamental time. What is its fundamental period? What is its fundamental period? What is its fundamental period? Okay, so I have x1 of t, this one to be cos of t plus pi by 4. Okay, so this here represents cos of omega t. Okay, omega naught, just that is generally the frequency that you need to express divided by pi by 4. The value that is being taken here is considered to be the angle phi here. So that is phi. I can write this one to be cos of omega naught t plus phi here. Omega naught t plus phi. Okay. So next, what do I need to consider here is, so I'll be having omega naught, which is the fundamental frequency in hertz. Fundamental frequency in radians per second. Sorry, it's not in hertz, it is in radians per second. Okay, so omega naught value, it is 1 radians per second. So I'll be having omega naught to be represented as 2 pi by t naught. So again, it is equal to 1. So t naught value, that is again equal to 2 times the pi. Okay, so 2 times pi, that is in terms of seconds here. Okay, so that is in terms of seconds. So t naught value, that is 2 pi, that is generally expressed in terms of seconds. So t naught, you can express it in terms of the fundamental period. Okay, so this one here refers to as the fundamental period. Okay, so this is what do you mean by the fundamental period here. So this is 2 pi. So once it has been having fundamental period, I can call the signal to be periodic. Okay, so this signal here represents it is periodic. Okay, so it is periodic. Okay, so I stated that this signal is periodic, but how do I need to prove it is the next question. So what do I need to do? X of t, you are having it to be cos of omega t, that is t. Okay, I can write it here like this. So cos of t plus pi by 4. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need to change it from t to t plus t. So t here or t naught, t here takes the value of 2 pi here. Okay, so t here takes the value of 2 pi. I can change this one to be t plus 2 pi. Okay, so changing x of t. So again, I will take this value x of t plus t. Okay, so this will be equal to cos of, it will take the value t plus t. Okay, so I am only changing the value of t here plus pi by 4. plus pi by 4. So I can change this one to be cos of, okay. So this value here represents 2 pi, okay. So 2 pi t plus 2 pi plus pi by 4 plus pi by 4, okay. So I can say that cos of 2 pi, okay, I'll interchange it. So I can have another time plus pi by 4 being written. So you will be having some 2 pi plus an angle which is there, okay. So plus an angle which is there, I can state this one to be the angle. So somewhat like this 2 pi, okay. 2 pi is the variation here. So after 2 pi you are having the periodic nature of t plus pi by 4, okay. So imagine this one to be 2 pi here, okay. So if you can write the signal somewhat like this, so you will be having a phase difference again of pi by 4, okay. So again you will be having the signal to start here with t is equal to 0. So 2 pi shift, this is the shift that is being there due to the fundamental time period. So shift of 2 pi degree, that is 360 degree. After 360 degrees you will be having the periodic nature of it, and then you can say that this is again periodic in nature, okay. So hope you are getting it. So what is the fundamental thing that I've changed here? I have just changed the property here, okay. So what is to be listed down is 2 pi, which is the fundamental period. So I've interchanged it. So why I have interchanged it is, so 2 pi should be the fundamental period here. So forming 2 pi plus whatever the angle, it might be t plus pi by 3 or pi by 4, pi by 6, whatever the value that is there. So that needs to be shifted after 2 pi there. So that is what I wanted to mean, changing this value, changing from t to t plus 4. I mean, sorry, t plus capital T. Okay. So that's what the value is all about. And that's how you are going to solve, or you can say that this is the fundamental equation. Okay. So before going, I want you to have a note of it, because any signal, say any signal, let me write down here, any signal in gate perspective, if I want to talk any signal, a cos of omega naught t plus 5, okay, plus or minus 5, whatever it is, plus or minus 5. So next you will be having a cos of omega naught t plus or minus, I mean, sorry, this is sine, okay. So this is sine here. This is sine, okay. So sine of omega naught t plus or minus 5. So it, both the signals are said to be periodic in nature. So any signal which forms or which has a reference like this, or which comes in the form of the function what I've written here, such signals are said to be periodic in nature, okay. So you can generally say that such signals are said to be Yeah, the internet was a bit down. I apologize for it. So, in the afternoon's class, I'm going to continue a bit. Right now, we can see to it that we can stop the class here. And meanwhile, before I conclude this class, the Google Classroom, I have already shared the questions that needs to be answered for this week. Each week you will be getting an assignment and that will be evaluated. Okay, so see to it that you attend the questions which are there. I want you to post it while solving all those questions and posting it in the Google Classroom, and see to it that you attend all the questions that are there. Okay, so in the afternoon's class, I'm going to discuss a few problems related to periodic and non-periodic function and power and energy signals. Okay, power and energy signals, and if time permits, we'll be having a few discussions on the operations which are being carried out on the dependent and the independent variables, which is an important topic. Okay, so you will be getting questions which are related to dependent and independent variables, dependent variable, independent variable. Okay, so such problems are quite common when it comes to the question paper pattern. See to it that you attend the afternoon's class. The afternoon class schedule, it is from 3:35 p.m. to 4:45. So I'll be taking 1 hour 10 minutes of class, and I'll be, if possible, I want everyone to attend it, and see to it that you make the best use of the class which is there. Okay, so we'll stop the class here, and we can see that only 47, 48, 46 are there, and I want you to attend the classes on a regular basis. Okay, so I know that attendance will be taken from day one. Okay, attendance will be taken from day one. I want everyone to attend the classes from here onwards. Okay, so see to it that you attend the classes, and we know that every attendance counts. You need to have an 85% of attendance in all the subjects. Okay, yeah, so we will stop the meeting now, and